Look, this is something that the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, and I have talked about, because I believe that our part of it and his part of it, from the beginning to the end, the veteran has a singular significant role in our society, and that is serving our country while when they transition out of DOD, they transition into the Veteran Affairs, the VA side of it, and we're there to make sure that transition goes so they can continue to be productive. That's some of the most exciting things that I've seen. We have a lot of veterans who work in the VA, but we're making sure that they have the skills and the tools to transition to civilian life so that they can then be productive in their post-military career. And that builds up everybody. So again, this goes back to retention, it goes back to recruitment, and it goes.
I will speak on this. I read, when it comes to veteran suicide, there's so many studies that are very, they cherry pick evidence. So you have to be very careful on what studies you're reading. And that goes for anything. But I did read a few studies, multiple, that pointed to veteran suicide. It wasn't, or active duty / veteran suicide. It actually, the data shows it wasn't after deployment, or soon after deployment. It wasn't later in years. Now, there's definitely your outliers on both of those ends. The concentration was actually leaving the military within the first 2-3 years of leaving the military. And just going through transition myself about 5 years ago, for me, that was insane. Okay. Especially if you have more roots in the ground, so to speak. So like you have a family, you have kids, if it's just you'll figure it out. You're not responsible for anything. Like I had 2 kids at the time. I had no job. I'm out of the Marine Corps. And I'm like, what am I going to do? Right. And life kind of hits you in the face. So I say all that to say, I would love to see more VA interaction with private sector, with contract companies like Booz Allen, right? I'm not saying a contract, but there can definitely be a handshake that says, hey, Booz Allen, you need Intel analysts. Well, guess what? 500 Intel analysts just got out this month. Like, why? It's the VA has that information. It's on your DD-214 of what MOS you were. Why can't leads be given to Booz? Now, there's probably some personal information involved with that, but like that's like immediately where my mind goes. I would love to see that personally. There definitely have to be some offset considerations with information and protecting that, but I think it's possible on that. That's all I got on that one.
Right. Yeah. That would be like an opt-in thing for sure. I mean, they can't just, willy-nilly be sharing your information. So I got a few things on that point because I believe, like you were saying, employment is such a huge portion of the transition, right? Nothing takes away the stress and the anxiety like a good job, meaningful job that pays well, plus some VA disability in your pocket, right? Those two things combined really helped your trajectory as you transition out. Now, I'm a fan of this, and I've never heard this anywhere. It's my own idea, so of course I'm a fan of it, is instead of military contracts, right, you join, you enlist, right, instead of your enlistment contract being whatever it is, 4 years, 6 years, whatever it is, you add on like a 2-month or 3-month. It's a 4-year, 3-month contract. Look, you're already signing up for 4 years. What's 3 more months? Nobody cares. So you don't care until you get in. Then you're like, oh my God, 3 more. But you add this 3 months, right? It's not going to stop people from enlisting, right? They're still going to sign because it's only 3 months, right? So, but that last 3 months is no duty at all. You're not even responsible to your CO, right? Yeah. You go to a whole different out processing unit where you are doing, resume work. It's like TAP, but for 3 months. And job searching and all that type of stuff. It's all of that. You're not even wearing a uniform anymore. You're wearing civilian clothes. On certain days, you're wearing a suit or whatever. On other days, you're wearing a polo and whatever, right? And just trying to get you set up. And maybe there's even a clothing stipend that happens, a one-time stipend, and you have to buy certain things and whatever, right? I haven't really thought that part out. But the reality is,
you're on some gold right now.
I think that is how you fix the transition problem. You got to treat it like you're bringing them in. Look, you can't expect to bring somebody into the vast majority of people in the military never had a job really before they joined the military. They went from high school to I worked at Burger King for 6 months and then I came to the military. Then you spent 2 to 3 months in boot camp. Then you spent another 2 to 6 months in some sort of a school. So you spent all of that time getting prepared for your time in the military. Let's invest a little bit on the out processing side, reduce suicide rates, increase the earning potential and quality of life for our veterans, and get them the skill sets that they need and the awareness that they need. Now, I'm going to transition now from that. That's my solution. Scratch TAP, get rid of TAP, and create that 3-month thing. So now, at the state level, not every state, but about 15 states or so, and I'll rattle them off here for you in a second. There's what's called Work for Warriors. Work for Warriors is an organization that is both federally and state funded, and they live within the National Guard of these different states. So it is military, right? It is ran by somebody who is in the National Guard, and they usually have reservists, spouses, maybe veterans working for them. So it's kind of us for us. What they do is they help reservists, guards members, spouses, dependents find work. How do they do it? They go and they partner with Booz Allen, Apple, Google, BAE Systems, whatever it is. They go out and partner with these different organizations. It could be Chase Bank. It could be Starbucks. It could be anything. And maybe there's a district manager position, for example, for Starbucks that pays $130,000 a year, right? And they partner with these different organizations and they create that spit and handshake, not real contract, just, hey, look, I got people. I got the type of people you're looking for. I'll advertise your jobs. I'll get my people interested in them. I'll maybe give a once over on the resume. Then I'm going to send it over to you or have them apply. Once they apply, I'm going to reach out to you, recruiter, and I'm going to say, hey, I just had Jane Smith apply to job XYZ. Check her out. She's super solid. The reason why that is so powerful is, especially in these bigger companies, when you apply online, you're not guaranteed to look.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee that a person's going to actually look at you. So this guarantees the look. So they're going to check you out. So as long as you're meeting the minimum qualifications, you're probably going to move along in the process. So Work for Warriors, if you're looking for work, check them out. They are you can just Google Work for Warriors in your state, and then it should pop up with their website. They're in Washington State, Oregon, California, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Ohio, and last one is Indiana. So those are the states. Google search your state, Work for Warriors, and boom, they should pop up. Check them out. They are a great resource for you for free. All right, back to you.